All right, Harry, there's a lot of opinion of what heaven would be like for us. What can we know based on what the Bible teaches?
Yeah, Jesus actually talks about that in Luke 20. He talks, the Pharisees, no, the Sadducees come to him with a question about the resurrection. They actually don't even believe in it. So what they're saying is they come to Jesus with a riddle. There was a man that married a woman and he dies. And so his brother, by law, by the Jewish law, has to marry this woman. So he does. And so he dies, and brother 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, they all do what the law requires. They marry the woman, and then she dies. So the question is, in heaven, who is she married to? And Jesus says, you don't understand at all of anything. He says, in heaven, we are neither given and neither married or given in marriage. He said, and he said, we'll be like the angels. Like the angels are not matched up. And we'll be like, we are God's children in heaven. So we're completely unique individuals, completely different than what we think. And we have a different appetite, a different idea, a different
Mhm.
values, different interests. It reminds me of a story about a couple of monarch butterfly caterpillars. They're sitting on a milkweed leaves, eating milkweed leaves. That's all they can eat. So they're visiting one day, and one says to the other, "Hey," he says, if you know, I hear that we're going to be transformed into something special, and we'll be able to move around, and we'll be completely weightless and those kind of things." And the other guy says, "Well, I've heard something about that too." And he said, "Well, what are you going to do when you get to be transformed?" "Oh," he says, "I'm going to go back to the woods, and I'm going to find myself the most beautiful patch of milkweed, and I'm going to chew till the cows come home. I'm just going to have a really good time, because that's what I'm going to do." The other guy said, "Hey, that sounds really neat. Can I join you?" And he says, "Oh yeah, let's do this together." So anyways, a week later, they're cocoons. And a week later after that, they're butterflies. But the appetite for milkweed is completely gone. All they care about now is wildflowers. The nectar off of wildflowers is what they live for. And they would never have understood that back when they were worms, because for them then, like we have a carnal nature, a human nature, and we think we understand what we want. We're like the caterpillar sitting on the milkweed leaf, chewing away and thinking that this is what life's all about. But if you think about the transformation of the butterfly compared to that caterpillar, I mean, we don't even begin to comprehend that. And
Mm.
I believe that, that will be so different, and things will be so different. And I believe it'll be about Jesus and about God and about heavenly things and music
We
and
won't even be
whatnot.
able to
Complete.
wrap our minds about around it of what's really going to be happening or going on. Or
No, like to try to understand heaven, I believe will be like those caterpillars thinking about being a butterfly. In the same product, like if you think about that caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly, nothing changed. It's the same individual, but completely changed. Can you imagine a worm being a butterfly? That is just out of this world. And
Mhm.
what for those, but Jesus said too, though, we have to come remember something. Jesus said, is for those who are considered worthy. That's part of that story, an explanation. And he says and will take part in the age to come in the resurrection from the dead. So Jesus says is for those that are worthy. So we really, really need to concern ourselves with what does Jesus expect from us? And what he expects from us is to get to know him now and walk with him now and learn to serve now and learn to serve him and serve each other and to love the Lord and to love all things of God. And if our heart is there, then we will be with him, and our carnal nature will now be a heavenly nature. And we start that process here because my appetite, I know, is a lot different than it was 10 years ago and 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And I'm really, really grateful for what he's done in my life so far. I just hope I can stay faithful so that I can enjoy the next stage also.
Awesome. Thanks, Harry.
Thank you.